Welcome to Rainbow Town. It is a bright, beautiful place, filled with blooming flowers and singing birds. In the middle is a cozy blue house. Here lives an 8-year-old boy named Zippy, his mother, his father, his sister Mia, and a fluffy puppy named Toffee. Zippy is incredibly clever. He has a wonderful imagination and loves making up stories about flying cars and dancing dinosaurs. But Zippy also has one very bad habit. Whenever he makes a mistake, he uses that wonderful imagination to make up a story to escape trouble. Simply put, Zippy tells lies. One sunny morning, Mama Ruby asked Zippy if he had finished his mathematics homework. Zippy's eyes grew wide. He had spent the whole evening building a colorful tower of blocks, completely forgetting his work. Instead of admitting this, Zippy pointed down at his innocent sleeping puppy. He told his mother that he had finished the work, but Toffee had torn the page right out of the notebook. Of course, Mama Ruby checked the notebook. There were no torn pages. She spoke gently to Zippy, warning him that every lie makes it harder for people to trust him, and the lie didn't even solve his problem. Later at school, while the other children played outside, Zippy had to sit alone in the classroom to finish his math. A few days later, Zippy and his friend Kiko decided to play cricket. Mia warned them to play outside so they wouldn't break anything, but Zippy ignored her. He swung his bat indoors, and the ball flew across the living room, crashing right into Mama Ruby's beautiful flower pot. The delicate flower pot broke into dozens of pieces. When Mama Ruby rushed into the room, Zippy instantly pointed toward the open window. He claimed a giant bird had flown inside, knocked over the pot, and escaped. But Mia stepped forward and corrected him, and Kiko bravely lowered his head, admitting they were playing inside. Mama Ruby looked at Zippy. She wasn't angry about the broken flower pot. Accidents happen. She was deeply disappointed by the story he told. Breaking the flower pot was a mistake, and mistakes can be forgiven, but blaming an innocent bird was a choice. Choosing to hide an accident behind a false story is exactly how trust gets damaged. Soon, Zippy's lies evolved. Instead of just hiding his mistakes, he started inventing false alarms as a joke. One evening, he terrified Mia by shouting that little Toffee had fallen into the garden pond, when Toffee was actually resting safely by a tree. The next afternoon, he panicked his parents, claiming there was a snake in the kitchen, only to laugh when they found a rubber toy. Papa Joe decided it was time to show Zippy exactly what his behavior was doing. He sat down and brought out a set of bright, colorful building blocks. Papa Joe explained that trust is like a bridge that connects two people. Every truthful and honest word you speak acts as a new building block. Over time, those truthful words stack together, creating a stable, reliable connection. But every time you tell a lie, even if you think it is just a small joke, you remove a block. As more lies are told, the structure becomes weaker and weaker, until eventually the entire bridge crumbles. This leaves behind a very real danger. One day, a moment will arrive where you desperately need someone to believe you. But if you have removed all the blocks, that connection will no longer be there. That evening, Rainbow Town prepared for its annual Children's Talent Festival. The community hall looked magical, filled with paper stars, balloons, and twinkling golden lights. But during the rehearsal, Zippy grew bored waiting for his turn. He decided to sneak away and explore the dark storage room behind the stage. Behind the boxes of costumes, Zippy heard a strange sound. Crackle. A loose electrical wire was throwing bright sparks against a heavy old curtain. Suddenly, a thin line of smoke began to rise into the air. Zippy sprinted back to the stage, shouting for everyone to listen. He ran to Kiko and Mia, but they remembered the fake snake and drowning. They dismissed him, assuming this was just another one of his pranks. He ran to Uncle Benny, the caretaker, but Uncle Benny hesitated, unsure if he was being tricked. Panic set in. Zippy grabbed his parents, desperately begging them to believe him, screaming that something was burning. But even Mama Ruby and Papa Joe froze. They wanted to believe their son, but they simply didn't know if this was real. Nobody was moving. With the lights flickering and the smell of smoke drifting into the hall, Zippy realized words weren't going to work. He ran to the wall and pulled the loud, ringing fire alarm. Only then did the adults evacuate the children and rush backstage with a fire extinguisher to put out the rising flames. Everyone was safe, but the reality of what just happened was terrifying. Zippy had spotted a genuine emergency, but because of his history of lying, his truthful warning had zero power. Outside in the cool night air, the adults thanked Zippy for sounding the alarm, but Zippy didn't feel like a hero. He sat quietly under a large tree, completely alone, crying softly into his knees. When his family found him, Zippy finally understood the lesson of the blocks. He looked at his father and admitted the truth. He knew exactly why no one listened to him. His own lies had removed all the blocks. He had destroyed the bridge of trust. Mama Ruby and Papa Joe sat beside him. They explained that a broken bridge can be rebuilt, but it requires difficult work. It takes time, patience, and a commitment to telling the truth, even when the truth means admitting you are wrong. Feeling sorry on the inside is never enough. To repair damaged relationships, you have to find the courage to speak your mistakes out loud. The very next morning, Zippy started building. He went to his teacher and confessed that Toffee never ate his homework. He simply forgot to do it. He gave Toffee a big hug to apologize for blaming him, and he promised Kiko that he would never ask him to hide an accident again. It didn't happen overnight. For weeks, people still hesitated when Zippy spoke, but Zippy kept placing new blocks. When he spilled his juice, he confessed immediately and cleaned it up. When he broke a crayon, he admitted it and replaced it. Day after day, truthful word after truthful word, the structure grew stronger. Then, one afternoon in the garden, Mia saw an empty bowl and asked Zippy if he had fed the puppy. Zippy told her he had fed Toffee a few minutes ago. Mia looked at him for a moment. Then she smiled and said 3 beautiful words. "I believe you." A lie might help you hide a mistake for a few minutes, but it will eventually cost you the faith of the people you love. Mistakes can always be fixed, but consistent, everyday honesty is the only way to build a bridge of trust that lasts a lifetime.
Children, always remember, a lie may hide a mistake for a moment, but honesty builds trust that lasts a lifetime. Be brave, tell the truth, and become someone everyone can believe.